Greetings fellow Decepticons, SoundBlaster1987 here with my 11th vlog in a row from the October 2022 monthly vlog. Today I will be talking about my personal top picks for the top 10 unused potential of repaints and retools in the Transformers franchise. Now, I'm not going to be automatically predicting legacy retools or anything like that. This is just for the Fall of Cybertron, Wolf of Cybertron trilogy, the Prime Wars trilogy, the Unicron trilogy, and the Classics and Universe era. I will not be covering repaints and retools that I think Hasbro could make, such as a Universe 03 Toxitron from a Legacy Laser Prime mold, or Shattered Glass Elite 1 from a Legacy Velocitron Override mold. I'll leave other reviewers to mention those in their videos in future. So, without further ado, number 10 on my list, the Thrilling 30 Deluxe Class Beast Wars Rat Trap figure has never been repainted apart from with different versions of the same Rat Trap figure. There is in fact a BotCon figure called Pack Rat who has a blue Rat Trap packed in with a green pterosaur called Fractal. That I think would have made a good repaint for the Thrilling 30 Rat Trap mold. Especially since we got a Fractal repaint of a Pterosaur retool of a Combiner Wars Aerial Bot mold, part of the, Dawn of the Predacus type Combiner Wars box set for BotCon at some point in the past couple of years. Then, number 9 on my list is the Alligator Con from the Generation 1 episode, City of Steel, which I think could have been done from a Titan's Return Skullcruncher mold. For those who don't know, the Alligator Con was a robot alligator security guard in the sewers underneath New York, created from Optimus Prime parts, when the Decepticons and the Constructicons fully disassembled Optimus Prime and reused his body parts as part of their defense mechanisms to keep the Autobots away from their new base in New York. This could easily have been managed by having the Titan's Return Skullcruncher mold repainted in alligator mode with Optimus Prime's colours with a white alligator head. And then the Optimus Prime Titan Master that came with the Optimus Prime pre-tool of the Voyager Octane mold could have been used as, basically, an accessory that a Megatron figure could hold. Kind of like the Yorick skull scene from Shakespeare's Hamlet, except Transformers version. Then, number 9 on my list is, the Elite Guard Autobot version of the Ultra Class Onslaught figure from Universe 2008, because in the BotCon and Collectors Club comic book series for Protectobots, the Combaticons were actually members of the Autobot Elite Guard before they became Decepticons. So, it would have been interesting to see Ultra Class Onslaught from Universe 2008 with an Elite Guard Autobot symbol on his shoulder instead of a Decepticon one for a change. I'm sure Repro labels have already fixed that, but just a thought for future reference. Number 7 on my list is the fact that BotCon 2006's Dawn of Futures Past box set, which features Transformers Cybertron retools as Cybertronian pre-Earth Beast Wars characters. I never understood why they used the Machine Wars Thundercracker and Skywarp mold for Waspinator, because that thing turns into a fighter jet. They should have used the Cybertron Buzzsaw retool of Armada Cyclonus, because not only would a helicopter have been more sense for Waspinator because the rotors sound like insect wings, as TJ Omega is always saying in his videos, but also that mold was specifically redone in the colours of the original Waspinator repaint, almost as if they'd intended to use that thing as Waspinator in the first place. Such a missed opportunity. Especially given the fact that the Buzzsaw retool had Cyberkey slots, so you could have used another Golden Disc Cyberkey. If you're watching this, Hasbro, why didn't you do this in the first place? So, number 5 on my list is, why couldn't they have retooled the Generations Thrilling 30 Rat Trap mold into a deluxe size Razor Beast of some sort? Razor Beast was a Warthog flip changer from the Beast Wars basic class line that's basically got the same transformation and proportions as Rat Trap, except he's a Warthog instead of a rat. Why couldn't they have just, reshelve the Rat Trap mould into a Razor Beast of some sort. At least then he would have a decent toy. Especially since they've figured out the gold plastic problem by now, so a repaint as Randy could have easily been fixed without them causing it to disintegrate on impact. So, next on my list, going again with the Cybertron retools. Cybertron Defense Ultra Class Red Alert turns into a missile truck that would have been absolutely perfect for the Machine Wars Soundwave, Universe 1 Countdown and Euro G1 Decepticon Stalker molds. However, this never came to pass, as the only retool that this figure ever got was Beast Wars Golden Disc Megatron for the BotCon 2006 Dawn of Futures Past set again. Why they decided to go with Megatron from that mold instead of Euro G1 Stalker as part of the BotCon 2010 G2 Redux, I'll never know. Now, I am slightly cheating here because I said I was only going to be discussing War for Cybertron trilogy figures and backwards. Why hasn't the Legacy Lightfoot or, Siege/Kingdom Mirage mold been done as G1 Slapdash yet? I know he hasn't got the shoulder wheels like the original toy, but the rest of the proportions and transformation are more or less perfect. I know my fellow reviewer Few Adams would want to see Slapdash from that mold, especially given how similar Leadfoot looks to him. The next entry on my list is the Energon Towline mold that could have been redone as Shattered Glass Soundwave. It would have been a much better Ironhide retool than the god-awful Universe 08 Ironhide figure. Mind you, the Shattered Glass collection nowadays would most likely be using the Earthriser SS86 Ironhide mold as a Shattered Glass Soundwave figure. Because of course the early 2000s BotCon Descent into Evil box set featured the Energon Towline mold retooled as Ironhide. Then the Collector's Club customization class also had a Ratchet version of the same figure. Universe 08 Ironhide was retooled into Shattered Glass Soundwave in 2008, and I still think that the Shattered Glass Soundwave mold should have been from the Energon Towline design. At least then it would have allowed it to power link with one of the other Energon Autobot retools that had been a Decepticon at that point in time. Number 3 on my list is Transformers Animated Bumblebee should have had a new head for the Fugitive Waspinator mold. Trouble is, with Season 4 getting cancelled, they only have the budget to provide one new head for the last bit of the toy line. And everybody wanted Ironhide to have a new head from a Cybertronian Ratchet mold instead of Fugitive Waspinator from a Bumblebee mold. It would have been interesting to see Fugitive Earth Mode Wasp in his, Bumblebee body type body and the Insect Waspinator side by side on my shelf, I have to admit. Although I'm hoping that New Age, Magic Square and some of these other third-party Legends class companies are going to retool the Bumblebee mold into Wasp at some point, so we'll have some semblance of that from an unofficial standpoint in future. Number 2 on my list is Skywarp and Thundercracker from the Galaxy Force Voyager Starscream mold. We got a sort of Frost Colours one in a 2-pack with Vector Prime in the Cybertron line, and we got a Dirge in the Universe 2.0 lineup. And I think we've had some knockoffs and whatnot as Sunstorm and other such seekers, but we'd never had Thundercracker and Skywarp's G1 colours in the Cybertron Starscream Tetrajet mold before, aside from the cancelled repaints of the Make Toys Masterpiece version. I know TJ Omega has really been wanting the Skywarp version of the Galaxy Force Starscream mold for quite some time, so I'm sure he'll appreciate my contributions to this list. And finally, number 1 on my list of missed potential opportunities for Hasbro repaints and retools that never got used. Why the hell did they use the last Nitro Zeus mold for Thundercracker in the Studio series when they should have used the Voyager Starscream mold? Starscream, Thundercracker and Skywarp must always be the same mold with a few minor retools for the Coneheads later on down the line. And I'm desperately hoping that the Blitzwing retool Bumblebee movie Tetrajets will do Skywarp at some point. But until then, we do need Thundercracker and Skywarp repaints and retools of the Starscream Voyager figure, and I know that the movie masterpiece Starscream's getting a Revenge of the Fallen redeco as well, so Thundercracker and Skywalk repaints of that are also wanted. So that more or less concludes my vlog top 10 of missed opportunities and unused repaint retool potential for the Transformers line. I have been SoundBlaster1987. Join me in November when my next vlog will be about the origin and history of Marvel Comics superhero Squirrel Girl. My next review will be Zuden Ryu Parasagan from Zuden Sentai Kyoryuger, to be followed shortly by its counterpart from the Green Ranger, Zactor. Till then, till all are one.